Sagittarius 27, a sculptor. So a sculptor has an image of something that is yet to be achieved and sees in the potential of a block of stone that which can become shaped into something beautiful. And we are ourselves all sculptors in one sense, that we have to create who we are as artworks, completely original, unique, very creative, of course, because of this sense of not being able to copy anybody else perfectly, not wanting to either. In the previous degree, Sagittarius 26, we would have come up to a sense of commitment to an ideal, waving a flag for a certain cause. And now in Sagittarius 27, we want to show how that cause comes through us. So let's say, for example, we're interested in Christianity or paganism or philosophy of some kind, or any study at all, and we see it in a certain way because we're all unique. Our intention is to bring to bear our commentary upon this, and giving that is our artwork. That's our life, even in simple senses where we're having conversations with people casually. We bring forward a set of opinions, a set of attitudes and behaviors and responses, which is quite different from anyone else's. And this is our living artwork. The sculptor puts something in stone in the hope that it can last a few hundreds or thousands of years. But what we're building is long-term, a lot longer than that. Doesn't feel like it. Some people think that they die and that's the end, but actually we're creating a contribution to an eternal reality. We're building something that's involving everyone who's ever lived. We're co-creating our species. And it's in an evolutionary stage itself, of course. Everything is. And so as we try to put our little contribution into the melting pot of what our species is, we do this as a creative artwork. That's what this image is all about. The sculptor is aware of two things: that there is potential within stone to become more beautiful, more expressive, more poignant in its commentary of some person's perception of reality. That's all seen by the sculptor. And for us, we have to see that our circumstances, the people we know, the resources we have, the questions that are yet to be answered, all of this represents our building material, that which is in our lives right now. This is our material. These are our materials for creating an artwork. So the sculptor can see that, can see the potential within stone to become something else. And also, the sculptor has a real sense of wanting to make a point, wanting to say something, wanting to be self-expressive. And those two things marry up together. When we want to express ourselves, we naturally look around for ways to do that. We might coordinate various people in our lives towards a purpose that can only be achieved by a group. We might select certain friends. We might meet a stranger at a party and start talking to them in depth because of some sense we have of a shared interest, because we have that urge to present ourselves to the world. And if we don't present ourselves to the world in some substantial way, how do we know that what we're feeling right now, what we're doing right now, is really true? It could be very transitory. It could be a mood of the moment. We could be actually copying somebody else's beliefs and opinions and ways of doing things. And we don't really know if it's ours, if it's us, if it's permanent, if it's real. We don't really know that. unless we try and do something which matters. It has to be material, it has to take physical form. Or we just don't know if it's an ephemeral mood. We can't tell. And some of these short-lived moods are actually quite convincing. You know, we're in a state of being and we think this is life, and that can last for months or years even. And we think that it's permanent. And it's just a mood. It's just ready to change as soon as we actually embrace the implications of it, which we must do when we build something from our feelings. We must find out whether the feelings are powerful, legitimate and stable, and whether they last and measure up to the challenge of overcoming obstacles. And creating this masterpiece of our lives, that's not so much filled with importance as the skill it takes to do that. The artworks that we create, they just pass on quickly enough, but the skill it takes and the whole process it takes, the whole business it takes to create an artwork, that doesn't die. That's the goal in this situation. Not the object, but the process.